Setsumetsu Evolution.
Hello everyone, welcome back to T Fighters channel. I'm Azharu, and then today we have Arm, our special guest Azmi Noodle, and then we have Kar, and last but not least, our latest member, T Fighter Dane.
Hey.
Omedetou gozaimasu. You got picked by our member, especially Arm. He's gay for you.
I'm really gay. I'm really gay for him. Don't call the cops, guys. Don't call the cops. Don't call the cops.
Yes.
The cop is already on your door. What mean?
Monkeys.
Moving on.
So moving on. The schedule will be told by Dane. So Dane, I pass it to you.
All right. Hello, my name is Dane. Yeah, to fight Dane. All right. So we're gonna talk about the latest promo card for Kagero V, named Exotic Dragnal Armor. In the Twitter, it's also named Exotic Draconic Armor. So the name haven't totally upright yet. So now back to the skill. Trigger effect doesn't activate for the damage check ability. When this unit attack, hard +1, soul +1. If your opponent damage has 4 or less, your opponent take 1 damage. But if you soul blast overload specifically, just with it, as long as it's an overload name, and your opponent has 3 or less cards in the damage zone, they take 2. To be fair, we did talk a bit earlier before we show the video. It's similar to Transcendence Dragon Draconic Novel Vague. It has a similar. The cost is a bit steeper for the Exotic Dragnal Armor. But for the Draconic Novel, they have a pluses. So deal 1 damage, trigger nullified, and this unit have 20k -1 drive for Novel. And in addition, if your opponent has 5 cards in the damage zone, it retired all of your opponent rear guard, including nuke. Overall, my feeling about this one is an alright skill. It's an alright skill. Not get it wrong. It's an alright skill. But the problem is that you can play in the Dragon Overload deck specifically, so it will be 1 or 2 off in a deck, what I can see. But no one will specify this as one of the ending card because current meta V are high face, super fast, first right turn, grade 3, get advantage. So for me, this one is like if you have perfectly good with Dragon over the cross and the X on your deck build, should be fine. But overall, I kind of give it quite overallness. I give it like a 6 out of 10 or lower, or like 4/10 or 5/10 to be specific, because I prefer just use the cross to finish my opponent as early as I can for 2 turn consistent. But if my opponent survive, maybe I can use this. I think that's all. Now I'm gonna pass up to Azar for today Dark State reveal. Azar.
All right. So for today Dark State reveal, they actually show some interesting cards, especially the first one, which I will talk about, Steam Mage Ashur-da. The first ability is Continuous Guardian Circle. If your soul has 7 or more cards, this unit gets 5,000 power. Shield, sorry. Then second ability, Auto. When this card is retired from Guardian Circle, you may put this card into your soul. Alright, first of all, I wanted to point out that I'm happy that this card came out because it's a buff version of Napier, which is a very good card in Barrow Madness. And secondly, they have an interesting topic, especially by Keito Mori, which tweeted by him also, which is, he mentioned that this card, Steam Mage Ashur-da, is issued for the next premium ban list because they already think of the possibility with Steam Mage Ashur-da. So the first thing, when I see Ashur-da, I am thinking of Dantarian Premium. I was like, oh my god. Dantarian Ashur-da Premium. So let's say you have 4 Ashur-da inside the soul and you have 11 cards in your soul. you can infinitely guard your opponent for at least for 40k shield. So if your opponent each battle have at least, at most 51k or lower, this card is an infinite wall, like the wall of China, but worse.
Specifically China.
What's
Yeah.
worse than the Wall of China?
Wow.
As okay, legit talk, legit question. What's worse than the Great Wall of China?
The Great Wall of Ashur-da. Yes.
Oh my god.
When it comes to
Okay.
be a wall, right? I don't really know what's worse than that. That's why I said it's worse than that. Like it's an infinite shield. How can you? No, like it's an infinite supply of shield. And so the power is lower than 51k. If it's higher than that, you just need to add few more shields. Unless the power is like 100k, then that's impossible. You just go for the PG then.
Yes.
Azar, to be
But-
fair, Azar,
yeah.
when you mentioned that combo, it make Dialiner DP shield look weak.
Yeah. It made it look like puny.
Yes.
Like very, very puny.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yes.
Because it is meant to be like that.
Damn it.
At
Bushido,
least it cannot guard Megiddo. Okay.
Bushido,
Megiddo skull.
Why do I hear Megiddo?
Bushido is
Okay.
Alright.
Should we moving
Okay,
on?
let's not make this
Long.
topic too long.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think one of the reasons why they consider Ashur-da is Dantarian Ashur-da. There is no other possibilities for this card to get issued for ban list. The next card is Keenly Root. Okay, Keenly Root's ability. Kejap ah. When this card plays on Rearguard Circle, if your Vanguard is Master of Gravity Barrow Magnus, cause Counterblast 1, choose any number of normal units from your soul, and this unit gains 5,000 power at end of turn for each card chosen, and then return all of the chosen cards to your deck and shuffle it. Alright, I love this card a lot because first of all, it buffed one of my favorite deck in D, Barrow Magnus. Then second, it's one of the best choice for Barrow Magnus to call after he reached 15 cards or more, which is another attacker aside from the Sonica and the Great Tree, which become 18k vanilla if your Vanguard is Barrow Magnus. And last but not least, you can just return some of your key cards back to the deck, like by minimizing your soul around 7 to 13 cards. Then next turn, you can just soul charge until you reach 15. Like let's say I want to reduce the soul to 11. Then next turn, I just use the Counterblast Soul Charge 4 card to make it 15. So yeah, I can actually like rinse and repeat with this card. And so I have enough Counterblast and obviously enough resource for everything. Then lastly, Kwen Lu, full name in the picture. So this card's ability is active rearguard circle. Cost, put this card into your soul, choose one of your rearguards, and it gets 2,000 until end of turn. Then, if your soul has 7 or more cards, for the battle that rearguard attacks this turn, your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater from your hand to guardian circle. So first of all, when you say grade 1 or greater, they imply that your opponent cannot Sentinel this card in this series. Yes. So in Barrel Magnus, okay, it's actually a good card, but then it only limits to one particular battle and it only restricts to rearguard. So most of the beat stakes are actually guardable with grade 0. So it doesn't fully impact aside from the extra soul. But then in Bruce, actually I'm interested in this part. In Bruce, it's actually possible to fully utilize Kwen Lu because you're having a final rush. Like let's say you choose one rearguard and in final rush that rearguard can attack twice. If the power of that rearguard is around 30,000 or 40,000 or maybe higher, especially with the Hellblaze full dive, is that the right name? Someone correct it for me.
All right.
All right.
I will check it.
Especially with that order card, It can reach around 40 to 50,000, and then your opponent have to guard with no sentinel twice in a turn. So it activates your opponent. Yes?
No. I was coughing. You could use it for Eden, definitely.
Yeah. Not to mention there's Eden in the game. I forgot about him because I'm thinking of the most common card in Final Rush. But yeah, if you have Eden with that card, if your opponent didn't able to guard it, he must probably be pushed hard or the game ends there. So yeah, that is all for the dark states. So I hope that I can hear what you think at the comment. Oh wait, this is too early. Let's move to the crit.
Number 3. You forgot about number 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So number 3 will be we talk about the new crits from DBT03. Bush
Yay.
finally, which is now the crit triggers have a skill. Very simple skill. Auto regard. At the end of battle, this unit boosts cost. Put this unit into your soul. Choose one of your unit, and it gain 2k until end of turn. Now, so we have a list of names. So I'm gonna start with the Dragon Empire named Burning Flail Dragon. The art just look awesome. Not gonna lie, it looked destructive and awesome. The art itself, I give it like around 7 out of 10. A bit high praise there. Now, if about the deck building, this is where it's get a bit weird. Because in Dragon Empire, when it comes to Soul, they are currently lacking. Except one specific one. If I forgot the name, it should be something with the desert. What's the guy's name?
Eugene?
Is it Garnet?
Eugene?
Yeah, Eugene. Thank you.
Desert Garnet.
About
Okay.
Eugene. Talk about Eugene. For Eugene, it doesn't work that much because a lot of Eugene, your unit is mostly put to solve everything. But if you can do it perfectly, then yeah, it should be like a bit boost, just a bit, but overall, not much effective. Now for Dragon of Warlord with the Vanguard withstanding and everything, usually you put behind Overlord itself or you put on the rear guard, which is a bit rarely because Dragon Overlord is a restander when attack you did a rear guard. So with a simple combo, crit behind, Dragon Overlord in front, boost attack the rear guard, move to soul, give 2k to Vanguard or to some other units. Now, and then last and for list for me will be the overdress of all. I forgot the name.
Nirvana.
Even Nirvana.
Nirvana.
For me,
Okay.
Nirvana is a plus because if you know about Nirvana skill, discard 1 card from your hand and super call Great Zero from your drop zone. So what you can do, you can literally, if you have an overdose unit, you literally can discard it, call the crit trigger back to the field to any regard zone and do a lot of combo with that. That's a huge plus and it's a good soul charger because Nirvana lack of soul charging. And it's a lot of plussing for Nirvana. So I think it could be good potential for Nirvana. Overlord is kind of all right, but for Eugene, it's an E. So overall, for the Dragon Empire, I give it, with the current build, I give it around 6. Now we moving on to Dark State. Azar?
All right, wait for a while. I need to double check what. All right.
Sure.
So the name of the card is Steam Deviant Dragon. So it has the same ability as they mentioned earlier. So first of all, I want to say finally that we don't have a human trigger. Aside from the Galmagi Health, the OT.
The Mola.
Yes. And then secondly, first of
Katie's
all, I
for
want to say Bruce. Okay. It's a mini version of the Final Rush card named Dober. If you don't know the card, after it boosts, if you're in Final Rush, put to soul, give 1 card 10k. So it's a mini version of that, except that it does not have a restriction of final rush. So in Bruce, it does not have huge impact in the game unless you want to go for the early game and you want to fill your soul, like you need enough supply of soul, then that is the only improvement for Bruce, in my opinion. But secondly, Barrow Magnus, the deck, among all of the nations, I mean, all of the builds in Overdress, I think Barrow Magnus has the most benefit with this card. First of all, you're just adding another Soul Maker on the trigger slot instead of the normal unit slot, so it does not affect the Soul Maker slot in the deck. And it actually gives you more Soul Maker, so yeah. All right, so that's all for me. Oh yeah, I forgot about the art. Sorry. All right, about the art. First of all, finally no human triggers. I mean, sorry, human fans, but yeah, I want to see some badass dragon too.
So you're
Azar,
implying we are not
you-
humans
you-
then.
To be fair, Azar, you did mention that in earlier one.
Yes, and then second of all, we see cannon, huge cannon, and then
Yes.
and it's kind of badass to see such trigger, especially when you compare with all of the triggers exist in Dark States. So yeah, I'm gonna just give it 5/5. All right, move on to the next nation, Amchan.
Yes, they call me Amchan. Wait, hold up. All right. So the crit, the art, personally, I like it. Honestly, I'll give it a 4. Okay, so that's not really important. The art, I mean, yeah, 4 out of 5, high praise, right? But what I'm interested in is the application to it. So we all know that Keter Sanctuary, we have 3 builds. We have Phantom Blasted Dragon, Hexa Orb, and Bastion. So overall, the crit is a nice to have card, you know. If you played in Bastion, we all know Bastion players, sometimes they accidentally call a critical trigger or any kind of trigger that is to the field because of fort.
Roll a bastion.
Yeah, like they call it because of fort skill. But now, because this crit moves to soul, you might actually have a big advantage there, because now you who knows, you can play, you have an extra soul for Alden, now you have extra soul for Dark Strain. I think you also have the extra
Dark
soul.
Strain is not used anymore.
Oh, right. Hey, who knows? All right. Then we also have the Grade 3 Order, the Carnival +1, Soul +1. That's also pretty good. So yeah, the crit, pretty good on Bastion. For PB, for Phantom Blasted Dragon, it's a bit awkward, I would say. If the crit is going into the soul somehow, then it's a bit questionable, because the crit is supposedly it would end up in the drop zone, because yeah, Phantom Blasted Dragon, we all know what Phantom Blasted Dragon do, right? They sack their unit and then you gain power. They gain power and they gain a crit. So yeah, and 2k, you know, 2k isn't that much, to be honest, right? And then for Hexa Orb, right? For Hexa Orb, I don't know, why would you call your triggers on the rear guard? Maybe for desperate turns, who knows, right? But then supposedly Hexa Orb turns, critical triggers are meant to be like in the top of the deck, not in the soul, honestly speaking. So yeah, overall for Keter Sanctuary, it's only a nice to have card, you know. So yeah, do you want to get it? Up to you. If you don't have the money to get it, even though it's like it's an R, so you don't necessarily need it. So yeah, I'll pass it to Stoichea. To who's taking Stoichea? All right, Car.
Alright.
All right. For Stoichea card, its name is Aspiring Maiden, is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
Aspiring Arana.
Yeah. I would say in terms of art, kinda a bit awkward for both build because Magnolia is like animal, and then Zorga is like undead, and there goes your crit like a Neonectar, a Musketeer. So yeah, a bit off, but I don't mind, I guess. So in terms of build for Magnolia, at some point they do need the soul at some situation. The power could be useful in Gunusla, though it doesn't do much for now. And also it helps like carry skill or lattice skill, like the rook or fourth situation just now. If you accidentally call a trigger, you can do the same thing and can get soul early game because there's lattice that use soul for every attack. So +1 plus 10k, you like frequently use it. So yeah. Though, however, during your persona, right, I don't think you're gonna call it because it's just gonna fill your circle with many bits 6. So I don't think you're gonna call the crit unless you really need the soul for the turn. So yeah. In terms of Zorga, we really need it. We really need this card. Not gonna lie, because you know why? This shark boy need to eat some soul every turn. God damn it!
Shark,
Thank
Not gonna lie.
Shark
I mean,
Boy
it's a good
brings
card.
PTSD. Oh my god.
It's a good card, but it needs soul every turn. Like, damn.
yes,
But
yes. We need to feed the sharks. We must, dismember the rich and feed them to the sharks. Sorry,
yes,
a little more right wing.
the shark should get the soul of
Yes.
I don't know, a musketeer. Got with two.
Yes.
If you
In
guys
terms of
can't see
power,
the
doesn't
card,
do
I'll
that
zoom in
much.
for you.
Nah.
Oh, just for
Please
the
do.
car.
Yes.
In terms of power, it doesn't do much because Zorga like buff the rear guards that much using order, but who knows, maybe useful at some situation. And now we can finally play 11 crit Zorga. Yay! And yeah, that's all. Don't think there's any other thing I would say. Yeah. So I'll pass it to Brandt Gate.
Hi, my name is Azmin Nudil. Right here, you've seen me on the channel multiple times. So we've got our Brandt Gate unit, the brand new crit trigger for Brandt Gate, patrolling robo decal cop. So let's talk about the art first. The art is definitely great. 4 out of 5. We finally get some dimensional robo representation right here. As you see, the square thighs and the circular legs. Yep, that's what we need, kind of. We've got alien
Right.
Hold
kitty.
up, Chief. Hold
Hold
up,
up.
Chief.
Oh my god.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Please
Moving
continue,
on.
sir.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so we've got alien TDs, you've got some cop TDs already. So what about, the robo TDs? Where are my robo TDs? Yeah, hala.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah,
You-
so
YouTube,
impact
please
on
don't
freedom.
ban us.
So within the Orphis build, if you want to run 12 crits or 11 crits, that's a very ideal thing. Your draw power comes from your order cards, definitely, and some of your unit cards. Definitely, if you want to hit heavy with Snow, 11 crit, go ahead and do so. Snow can really put on the pressure. Plus, with the new grade 3 finisher, finally we have that, so that's very great. You could end up with like 3 crits in one go like that. As for Space Mom, definitely at the you wanna have this too because sometimes you might soul charge in a lot of triggers like essential triggers, crit triggers. If you play 8, you might soul charge 6 because you keep using your order cards. So by having 11 crits, you're good. You're solid. You're good to go. Soul wise in Brandt Gate, definitely is very useful in Snow because you do tend to lose soul based on the cards you have. Slot is rather difficult to put it in, but who knows? Maybe this new set will get brand new support that utilizes maybe more CB. Who knows? Who knows? Anyhow, overall, I'm gonna give this definitely a 5 out of 5 because I'm biased.
It's alright to be biased.
It's fine. It's normal thing.
Unfortunately, if you give your opinion on a biased, if you give your biased opinion, people don't like that. Oh. All right, Arm, it's your turn.
All right. So even though it's just released, Lyrical Monasterio, sadly, we won't get this. Even the front trigger, the 20k shield front trigger, we won't have it. But maybe next year, hopefully next year, the critical trigger and the front trigger will come. So let's talk about the applications for it. Yeah. So first, I want to talk about Kairi, about my main deck. So about Kairi, honestly, I would still
That's
play.
Clarissa.
Oh wait, wrong girl.
That's Clarissa.
Wrong girl. Clarissa. Okay, Clarissa, people. All right.
Oh my
Pause for
god.
a moment. Pause for a moment. Hopefully, you don't get to do that on your wedding day.
No.
You
Hopefully no. Hopefully no.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
Alright,
Sugoi.
on a serious note, Clarissa, is the critical trigger needed? Not really, except for maybe Brandt Gate matches, because I played against Dane. You know, Dane plays Brandt Gate. I played a lot with him. We need the soul actually to release some of the cards. So yeah, hopefully
Please don't have it.
Well, I hope the critical trigger has an Ernest correct on her name, so I can search it easily. Yeah,
Please don't.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
So like that's the only buff. Oh yeah, Evelyn from 2k now can be a 10k. So yeah, there's that. But then most of the time as a Clarissa player, your field is full of Ernest correct. So don't expect, I don't expect much, right? So for Kairi, actually, we do need the soul, even though our older skills.
Willista.
Oh wait. Oh right.
Willista.
Willista. Okay, Willista. Okay. People, I cannot
Oh
read.
my god.
I cannot read my own cards. All right. Gomena, sorry. All right. So for
KMS.
okay. So for Willista, we actually needed the soul because we Willista players, we play this card because we don't have any offense. This card will provide our offense most of the time. So what this card does is Soul Blast 1, you gain the power of the shielded unit that it boosted. So let's say that card is, the critical trigger is behind this card, you gain 15k from for it. So until like end of battle, you move it to the soul, and there we go, you got refunded, right? Sometimes sometimes we also lack souls from gems. Usually we get gems from this girl. Usually. So just her skill is just get 2 same gemstones, put it to the bottom and put it into the soul. But mostly that's for Willista. Okay, next. Now actual Kairi. Okay, now actual Kairi. This deck need that critical trigger. You know why? Not only we have Kairi, we have this ghost girl. This ghost girl, she is Soul Blast 2, insane, so heavy. And then we also have this girl. This girl is Soul Blast 1. So you, for the full combo, I think you expect like 4 to 5 souls max. So like for now,
that's a lot. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right? For now, our soul charger, like our only soul charger is this girl. Yeah, only this girl. So like what she does is when at the end of battle she attacks, she moves to soul, she gives 1 unit plus 5k, and that's pretty much it.
Damn.
Yeah, so overall, I hope the critical trigger comes early, so my Kairi has enough soul to consistently attack more than 6. So yeah, overall in Lyrical, I would actually buy all of them. The more card pool, more options for me. And I don't like taking out from one deck to another. It's just a lot of job. So yeah, that's it, I guess. Yep.
All right. So which crit trigger has the best art among all of them?
Probably not Stoichea, that's for sure.
Stoichea.
What? What? No!
I would pick Keter because it's like the most cyber-ish among all of the 5. And I actually like robots too.
Yes.
So yeah, if you're
I
gonna
like
rank,
robots, so yeah.
Yeah, art because there are 2 reasons to like it, and that's it.
Yes. We always know what's the 2 reasons.
Yes.
all right, inside jokes. Actually, any jokes to this point. Anyway,
Anyway, best one, 100% Lyrical Monasterio.
I mean,
You-
the crit haven't. We talk about the crit, the new crit
Yeah.
between 5.
Yeah, I know exactly. Lyrical Monasterio will be the best one.
Okay, moving on. So,
Hey, if Asmi can be biased, I can also be biased. All right. So
that's true. Everyone can be biased.
Nothing
Yeah,
wrong
why
with
not
it.
crit trigger? Why not crit? Yes.
Yes. Play
Alright,
11 crit.
let's wrap it up, people. So we're almost out of time right now. So next week we have Greedon right line on the stream, and
Mhm.
from starting next week we will talk about all of the card of the day, starting from the previous week Thursday to the current week Wednesday, which is starting next week. We will talk about tomorrow's card of the day until the next week Wednesday card of the day, and we will talk about the stream, and it is Greedon, and I'm actually looking forward for it. So by next week, see ya, guys.
All right, see ya.
I have to
Right.
censor that thing.
Alright.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you on next video.
All right. Bye bye.
You can close the recording.
Streaming.